Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play with AK, featuring me, your host, Akukami. In this StarCraft 2 episode, we'll be taking a look at a game I played on ladder. This is going to be a TVT matchup on Shakuras Plateau. Starting off in the 2 o'clock position is me, spawning as the red Terran player. Meanwhile, my opponent, PoNinaBox, has spawned in the 8 o'clock position as the blue Terran player. Shakuras Plateau, one of my favorite maps, as I have stated many times in some of my previous episodes where I played on Shakuras Plateau, and it's really a favorite of mine because I know the terrain, and I just really like playing on this map in general. I don't know why, but just the way the map is set up, all of the expansion, the quick expansion you can take, and I don't know, I just like the layout of the map. Starting off with this 10 supply depot here, going to be following that up with the racks right here, followed by another supply depot, as I do like to go for that frontal wall up versus any race. Meanwhile, Ponina will be putting down his supply depot in this location, not opting to go for that wall up, and will be also putting down a racks here, so deciding to not to go for that full wall up in the front of his base, probably because he wants to avoid any building loss, probably from early aggression marines, marauders, or tanks. And I'm taking the risk right here, but I feel more comfortable if this position is closed off. As you can see here, not going for a 13 refinery, instead going for this full wall off, as I do intend to one racks fast expand, as my opponent is going for that 13 refinery, 10 racks, 12 supply depot, 13 refinery. And if you don't know that standard Terran opening, you probably should, because it is one of the openings aside from gas first that I do see many people go with, and it's kind of like the standard for Terran players. So lower level Terran players, if you don't know how to do this opening, it's 10 supply, 12 racks, 13 refinery, followed by a 15 or 16 orbital command. In this case, since I'm going one racks expand, this is not the case, and my opponent will actually be following this up with another racks, going for a tech lab, probably going for quick stim or quick combat shield on his marines, so that he can put some early pressure on me. So I guess this would be 2 racks pressure if he decided to push out against me. Also going for another refinery, so perhaps he's going for some heavy marauder aggression if. Well, actually, I don't know if you would even need the second refinery. Although Marauders, I think, I don't know. I never go fast Marauders ever, in any of my matchups, except if I'm going. Well, actually, never. I don't use Marauders that often. I am beginning to incorporate it more in my TVZ play, and of course my TVP play, where Marauders are absolutely vital against that gateway army that your opponent might throw at you. Pulling down one too many SCVs here to build this racks. Of course, going for this expansion right here, and a bunker in the front of my base to hold off any early aggression. Meanwhile, Ponina will be actually doing some scouting in my base, but won't get very far, as there are 4 marines guarding this location. When this bunker, that extra vision of the low ground right here, he will not be getting any decent scouting. Unless he moved up into here, then he would be able to. Did he see that? Let's check. Nope, just saw a bunker in the front of my base, and that's about it. Moving to everyone vision, Ponina will actually be going for a factory right here. So this would be, I guess, 2 racks, factory opening on 2 gas. And no expansion right here. Meanwhile, back at my base, I did just finish my second racks, going for a third racks, which will finish. Also taking double gas at the same time. When I have my next 150 minerals, I take gas at the same time, as I do think that going double gas right away, as soon as you can, to start moving up into higher tech and some upgrades is actually really important. Not doing a really good job of saturating my gas right here, as you can see, as I was focused on trying to take control of these watchtowers and not really focus on taking anything else. Going to be just macroing up, trying to wait for some more gas in order to put down some attachments on my base, but as you can see right there, I probably should have start putting down attachments because I already had more than enough gas. scanning in my opponent's base, seeing that there was a medevac right here, expecting that medevac drop. Now, as we take a look at my opponent's upgrades, he does have stim right away, so my initial thought of him going early Marauder aggression or even early Reapers, now that I think of it, is changed, and I feel comfortable now that holding off this location, now that I know that he has this many units. And from my previous scouting, I didn't see any expansion coming to this location, so I just naturally assumed that there would be no expansion, and that's a really bad thing to do unless you absolutely know who you're up against, and you absolutely know your opponent. But even then, assumptions are usually where everything starts to taper off, and once you start assuming too much, you might end up losing the game. So anyways, PoNina will actually be moving into my base with this 2 medevac drop. Got some medevacs full of Marines Marauders. I'm going to be dropping in this location, trying to do some economic damage to me. Kill off some FCVs, try to kill off this command center, and stop mining from this location. Meanwhile, I do have stim right away. Well, not right away. This is a very late stim. Going for also that +1 weapons upgrade, as PoNina is dropping in the back of my base. I do see this coming. However, he does target fire down my command center, my orbital command. I think I lifted up in time. Yes, there we go. As I engage with all my Marines and SCVs that I brought down in order to defend against this push, and I will actually be able to hold this push off as I do manage to kill the rest of his units. As we take a look at the units lost tab, I actually won in that engagement, and I think without any upgrades, and I think my opponent was setting this up as he was dropping in the back of my base. Sorry, I missed that. As we take a look at my opponent's base right now, he is still going for double medevacs, heavy marauder production, and also marine production. No tanks, no add-ons on that location, as this marine is failing to move into this location. To actually grab the watchtower right there. Coming out with the standard marine tank composition, as I am building a starport here, going to be pumping out medevacs and some Vikings just to get some site advantage. As we take a look right here, still on 3 gas, as you can see, saturating this with only 2 SCVs, as I do want to start mining more minerals in preparation to build some more racks and also drop my 3rd expansion in this location or in this location. Taking a look at my opponent's base, not much of an army here. He only has this one medevac, which he is again loading up, probably to do some future dropping. As we take a look back at his base, he's also building another rack, so this will be 4 racks, an idle factory, and a starport that is producing lots of medevacs. Meanwhile, back at my base, finally dropping a command center and 2 more racks. And did I actually make any medevacs? Yeah, there we go. Finally making a medevac and coming out with some tanks and researching that siege tech research as I am continuing to macro up. Did finish that level 1 weapons upgrade. Not really paying attention to my upgrades. I really should take care of that much better. As I built some turrets in this location, as I don't want to be caught off guard while my army is moving in the center of the map. The majority of my army is here. Actually, I think all of my army is there. So we'll be scanning in this location, seeing that PoNina is moving out. Finally moving my marine into this location and stimming up just to catch him off guard. Managing to get him in a very bad position here. He will be forced to push back, as there is 1 tank in this location. If he moved everything further, he would have lost a lot more life on his units, or even more units. Taking a look right here, loading up again. Probably going to be doing some dropping in this location right here, but I do finally have a sensor tower up here, as I am able to spot whenever other drops are coming. Meanwhile, finishing up my command center, but just continuing to take control of the center of the map, pushing up with my tanks, as PoNina will be actually moving up with a drop in this location, looking to drop me right here. And where's he thinking of dropping? Oh, thinking of dropping me right here, but I will spot this as my sensor tower is right there. However, there are no units in order to deal with this in this location.